So today I'm going to install the EV base rear bumper diffuser. It's gonna go under here on the bumper to give it a more aggressive look. Here's what comes in the box. You have the main diffuser here, these side pieces, and the screws. So these screws will go from the holes here into the holes here on the side of the diffuser. These are labeled left hand and right hand. So before we get started, I had one more thing I forgot. It comes in the box, is your double-sided tape. So before installing this rear diffuser, we need to attach the double-sided tape along this edge, this top edge. We don't need it on the bottom, just this top edge. Looks like I'm gonna go with the thinner one along here. It's just about the same width. So the way this works, it's pressure sensitive. So when you peel this off, this bottom part will stick to your accessory. And then there's a film, this red film on top. Before you install, you're gonna start peeling that back. And then that's the part that will stick on the vehicle. Attach what you need to the accessory. And once you get it in the right place, you're going to want to put pressure because that's what helps it stick. So this part's pretty straight, so I can just angle it along here without having to cut off different sections. But once I get to the corners, I'm gonna cut there and then add custom pieces on the corners. I'm doing smaller strips on these corners. So for this part, I found that the tape, I'm able to follow the edge pretty well without cutting it. So I'm just gonna proceed with one long strip here, just slowly going around the corner and just pressing it onto there. So first preparation step is I'm gonna have to remove this mud flap, take out the 2 bolts with a 10mm wrench. If you don't have a mud flap, you'll still need to remove the 10mm bolts. So starting with the left hand, they're gonna go here in the rear of the car. These 2 larger holes is where these bolts will go through to attach these to the side of the car. All right, so get your 10mm socket ready to remove the mud flap or just to remove these bolts. Remember, it's always counterclockwise. You just have to remember if you're looking upside down, which way counterclockwise is. Okay, we got 1 bolt, 2 bolts. Now to remove the mud flap, I need the pry tool or screwdriver to get in here to remove the screw that's holding it on. So I'm going to show you a tip to save you a lot of time and headache as you take these bolts out underneath. So here's the reason you don't want to remove the bolt all the way. Is what I found is there's a clip in here that allows you to thread the bolt. And once you remove this bolt, it might shift around and then you have to find the clip again. So once you take off the mud flap, clean the car, clean all the paint and everything, you need to clean. And then just as you're ready to install this section, this side piece of the rear diffuser, then take out the bolt and install it through here up into the car right away. And I'll show you exactly what I mean right now. And if this happens to you, how you can fix it. Because I was banging on the rear bumper trying to get some of the dust out. As you can see, do it without the bolt fully out. But if the bolt comes out and the clip gets shifted, which it did for me, and I wasn't able to thread the bolt back in, I'm going to show you right now how you can find the clip. Take this down and show you where the clip is. I'm switching over to the other side of the car because I was having trouble actually getting that clip to move out of the way. And so this one's already moved out of the way. So try to show you that. It's a little tough because there's not much space underneath here to fit the camera. Now, if you need to get back in here and see where the clip went, you'll have to remove the bolt up here also for this panel to shift over. Okay, so looking from the other direction, you can see I've pulled out the body panel here, and now you can see here's the one clip. So if you need to shift that around, you can just slide it with your finger or use like some sort of tool to reach it, and then just slide it so that it lines up with the hole where the bolt is. I'm gonna pull back this body panel so you can see here's the clip, and it's kind of got moved over, it wiggled around in the wrong place. So what we could do is just get something, slide it along back to where it needs to go, a little higher, and then push the panel back over and then find the hole, the slot for the clip, and then line it up like that. In this case with a screwdriver. Yeah. So finally ready to install these side pieces that are going to hold up the diffuser. It's like 2 hours later because I lost one of the little clips that goes under here. So like I said, you want to make sure when you remove those bolts to take off the mud flaps, put them back right away so that your clips don't move. So I had to go to the hardware store or to the auto parts store to buy another clip because I lost one of them. That should save you a lot of time. So now I'm going to remove the bolts under here again to add the bolts back up through these two sections here. Second bolt out. So now I'm going to be careful not to shake the bumper here so that those clips stay in place, and use the same bolts to go up through the side of the car here. I'm gonna get the rear one threaded a little bit and then get the front one threaded a little bit to make sure my clips don't move out of place. Here's a better view. So I got this one on. Time for the other side. Okay, so we're down to the last two steps. It's a little dark, but hopefully you can see okay. So this rear diffuser has two holes on each side. Screws will go up through this section and into the rear diffuser. So first step is we're going to pull off pigtails for the double-sided tape so that we can add the screws, mount the diffuser from the bottom, and then once we get those screws on, we're going to pull off the pigtails on the rest of the double-sided tape and press the diffuser up against the bumper. Now you can see this line here is going to be the top edge, and it's going to angle up from next to this reflector about maybe 2 inches, and then the top will be here. So I'm pulling off just the pigtails on this tape so that we have something to grab once we get it in place. Okay, I got all my pigtails, just about 2 inches on each section, pulled back just so that I have a little bit to grab once I get this in place. So mounting the rear diffuser up above this little ledge where the screws are going to go in, both on this side and on the right. Now lining up the screws where they're supposed to go into the diffuser from this side piece. So actually I decided to use the larger screws. They seem to fit better. As you can see here, there's 1 installed, 2 installed. So it's a little tricky. You have to line them up here by looking underneath or looking from the top here. But you can see they're going into the upper section from the bottom. So I know I got them lined up. A little easier in the daytime. Here we go. Here's the final step. So I'm gonna remove the pigtails from the double-sided tape, and then I'm gonna press all the way up in the center. They say to press in the center all the way up, and then work your way to the sides. All done. Now just putting some gaffer's tape to hold it overnight. Now I'm going to show you the before and the after. So make sure to use my discount code accelerating to save on any Tesla accessories. Go to evbase.com or just use the link in the video description or pinned in the comments. So thanks for watching, and please make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And please give me a like if you enjoyed this or it was helpful to you. Feel free to leave comments and let me know if you have any questions or if you purchased this accessory or any other Tesla accessories. Thanks a lot.